Alright guys, so in today's video we're going to be installing this carbon fiber steering wheel and these Hellcat paddle shifters I bought from ModFX. Had them painted to match the car. You can see I kind of already threaded those through. But yeah, so we're going to go outside and start the process. Before you do anything up front, you're going to want to disconnect the battery. Take your 10 milliliter socket, loosen up this bolt here, just take it off, unplug that, and usually let it sit for about 15 minutes just to make sure our energy's gone. But I'm gonna do about a half hour just to be on the safe side. Don't need that airbag popping on me. So we're gonna come back in about a half hour and we'll start on the inside with the actual process. Okay, so the first thing, once you make sure disconnected, I think it's closer to an hour. First thing you're gonna do, take a little one of these dudes, stick it up from there to 3/32, I think. I'm gonna stick it in. Oh gosh, hang on. To that hole right here. And then you're gonna bring it in about, very hard to do with the left hand, somewhere around there. And then you're gonna feel resistance at some point. I'm definitely not gonna be able to do that. Hang on. About there. And you just gotta keep pushing. It's a little hard to do with one hand, but when you hit it, sorry for the fingers, you're gonna see the airbag kind of move. So I got those things out. It took me way too long. Pro tip, I ended up using a T10 screwdriver thing, but pro tip, it's a lot easier to push in that guy. That's what you're pushing on, is right there. It's a lot easier to push on that if you push on the airbag in as if you were trying to honk the horn. So once I did that, it was done like not even 10 seconds. But so you gotta disconnect all these guys and take that bolt out. These guys are color coded, so that's pretty easy to take care of. So these guys, they're just held in here. Don't try to make the mistake of disconnecting them. I just spent like a minute of my life trying to disconnect them. They just clip in right in here. So just push them straight down. And then these guys pop the orange tabs out, and then they pull. As you can see, that's blue. There's blue under there. That's the yellow. There's yellow. So that'll be easy. Sorry guys, I was trying to make this detailed as possible, but I can't find my stupid tripod thing for my phone. But anyways, so these clips, just gotta stick a screwdriver. It goes in like that. You just have to stick the screwdriver in like that, push that in, and then pull with the other hand. And that comes right out. And then this thing, I can't really see, so we're gonna use the phone. I don't know, but should be the same thing. And then if you have a heated steering wheel, you'll probably have another one here, but I don't got that. So that's all we got. Disconnect that, disconnect that, and we gotta do the bolt, and then we'll be inside, out of the freezing cold. It's 20 degrees out. Alright, so we finally got this stupid bolt loose. I don't know, I feel like all my bolts are always super tight. But I got it out. We're back in my room. So we're gonna take your T10. Gonna do that. Gonna do that. Gonna do that. You gotta take that green thing out. And then the shifters as well. So we're gonna start taking this, and we'll come back. Like I said, the goal is to set up my tripod, but I don't know where my phone clip thing is. So can't do that. So on the other side, you're gonna take this little plastic cover off. Goes right there. Just pop the flathead in there and pop it off. And you're gonna remove that guy. No, ain't. So once you take this guy off, there is another guy right there. Let's see, it's right there. It's another T10. These are all T10s. So once you take the T10 that goes right there off, as you can see, this thing just kind of swings around wildly. Then, so you're going to want to disconnect your paddle shifters even if you're transferring them, take them out, just pull them through. You're just gonna, it's one of these connections, it's right tucked in there, but you just, you know, unstick them. I just stuck my flathead in between these things and pulled it out. And we were good to go. And that guy, you're gonna wanna, I assume use 2 hands, probably one to lift and one to take this out. You're gonna need that, but you also gotta undo that guy before you do that. So once you remove those 2 screws, this is what you're left with. It looks just like that, right? So all I'm doing, take this entire plastic thing. I'm not moving any wires, nothing. I'm just gonna transplant that right on over there. Stick that in there, and then we're good. So this is the OEM steering wheel. Good. If you were transferring over your paddle shifters, just yank these through this hole. You're gonna keep them in there though. But there's a little hole there. Same thing I fed the Hellcat paddle shifters through. We're gonna keep those here since we are not transferring them. So this is a new wheel. So they're just kind of there. I haven't tightened them down yet, but what we're gonna do now is reconnect the paddle shifters. Stick this back in here, put that screw back in, screw in the back in. Essentially just rescrewing everything we took out. This guy just pops out. We're gonna have to put that back in there too. But that's pretty much it. So pro tip, before you tighten everything, put all the bolts back in like I did over here. Make sure that these guys kind of tucked behind here. And that this guy, you can see it has its own little path here. It's routed through here. And then up through there. That'll make your life a whole lot easier. So obviously, other than these guys, none of it needs to be in the middle. All this can just be routed around here, this plastic pillar thing. So I'm probably going to make this its own little video too for those that care. If not, just skip ahead to the next, I don't know, 30 seconds or so probably. But we're also going to install these little aux buttons from the automotive, same guys that sell the Taser. And they're just going to replace these 3 so that they're functional, so I can use them for line lock, light shows, and you know, whatever other features I want. Mainly I bought it for line lock. So I know in some I saw these just kind of pop right out, but as you can see they don't do that here, so we're going to have to remove some of these screws to separate all this. So the only thing here you had to remove is the 2 black screws on the back. To get access to this just pops right off. It shows warm outside, probably just paint these black, so there's no silver left, but whatever. And then these, I started correctly, yep. You just kind of pop right off. So I'm going to go ahead, put the phone down for a second, pop them off. So basically, the only thing it's holding in is those little 2 tabs right there. One there, one on that side, that, and then these just pop right in. Just line these 2 tabs up that they each have. You can see there, with the holes in there. And then, it's now a functional button. And we'll do probably a separate video on how to map them. It's super easy. Workplay Drive did one. It's super easy. I might just link to it, because he does a lot better job of explaining things than I do. However, I'm also not that handy. So which is why I make these videos for people like me who think they can't, to show you that you can. But anyways, line up the 2 tabs and you're set. Forgot to mention these little guys are not T10s. They're a lot smaller. These are 2. They're gonna be able to. There you go, 2.5. That's what I used. But yeah, take those out. Oops. No, you're good. If you have trouble putting them in, keep in mind they do have a, from what I could tell, an up and a down, like a right side up. So if you're having trouble getting it to click in, flip it up, flip it the other way, and then you're good. But yeah, that's it. And you just connect this back in, put it back in your wheel. Alright, so wires are tucked in back here. Oh, dang it, I gotta shove that back in there. But anyways, make sure your wires are tucked in back there. Now that's it. Everything's back here. Reuse the same bolts and everything that you took out. Stick these guys back in. That's it. It's that easy. From the moment I brought this inside and started taking anything apart, we're gonna say about a half hour, and that's only because I'm kind of dumb. It took me a little longer. However, it's pretty easy. Anyone can do this for sure. Hardest part was taking that stupid breaker bowl out, and then I got a new one somewhere in here. Should probably find it, because technically it is a one-time use bolt. If you watch RenzRidez video, which I highly recommend you do. Some of the steps might sound easier, he might explain it better. But I had to use a breaker bolt and 2 people to get it out, because my impact, I don't know if it's not strong enough, the battery wasn't charged enough, but that took me a while. But other than that, this is actually pretty easy. All we're going to do is go back to the car, stick everything back in, which I'll show you guys, but I'm saying the next part should take maybe 5-10 minutes at most, and you're good. So don't forget to stick this back in there. Just move the wires out of your way, and that's it. That's that easy. I don't know exactly what this is. It's important though. So there we go. Just goes back in there, then you stick the bolt back in there, and then everyone's happy. So as you can see, it is very dark outside now, so just making use of all the flashes, but that's just kind of threaded in there. So I was a dumbass. As you can see, I'm bleeding there. I stabbed myself while trying to fix it. I tried to use, like I did my seats, heat gun to heat the Loctite off this thing. This is the new one, and in doing so, I didn't melt the one I'm not using. No. Why would I do that? The one I somehow ended up melting was this, so I kind of had to break it off to make that go back in there. Don't recommend it. I just needed to use 2 people. I don't know why, but it was so damn tight. But so once you go to put this steering wheel back on, just kind of try and put it on the way you took the other one off. It'll kind of pop into place, and then you're good. So kind of keep hand threading this through. Gotta go grab my torque wrench, because this is a torqueable, whatever the word is, bolt, and then all these things just go back to where they were. So it goes on the bottom, top, color coded. Just pop the steering wheel back on, and I guess that's pretty much it. So once we get to that point, I'll come back and update you guys. And of course, fell out in transportation to get over here, but don't forget to pop this guy in. Remember, just move all the wires out the way, and it just kind of pops in. See if we can do it one-handed real quick. Get that out the way there. Move that. Yep. And now this can go in there. Just gonna hand torque it, or hand thread it to start. I'm gonna go grab my torque wrench, and then we'll be done. And so as you can see, it's very dark outside. However, just finished torquing it with this dude to go out on his own, buy some stuff, and then I took a break for dinner. I bought this while I was here. It's a nice $5 investment. It's pretty dang bright. It's the flash. It's no flash, it's just that light. So, but as you can see, it is good to go. The gap is back here, is now closed. All we gotta do is pop the airbag back on, and of course finish connecting it. So I just don't want to come outside tomorrow, so I'm doing it now. Otherwise I'd recommend doing it a day late, because this is pretty difficult, because whenever I move my head, it gets in the way of the light, but whatever. Anyways, as you can see, those, like I said, are color coded. The wire goes back in there. I'm trying to point with my finger in the holding camera. Wire goes back in here. The colored one. That guy goes to the top. That guy goes to that one. Then you gotta line these guys up to these guys. Then based on RenzRidez video, you gotta bang it in once it's lined up properly, and then we're good to go. But again, I just went off Workplay Drive's video. I'll have to double check. But Challengers, Chargers typically share most things, so I'd imagine these are the same. But he said that those, the 15 and the 18s, are 63 foot-pound, torqued. So that's what I torqued it to. Should be good there. Can't imagine having any other issues. But you'll find out. But we should be good though. So, a couple videos I watched. Mango 90 something or other. I'll put the names below. ModFX and Workplay Drive. Workplay Drive said he had to bang it in. So I kept doing that. And I feel like it was going in, but I'm not sure. And then ModFX said you just kind of put all your strength forward and it clicks in, and I mean, I think it's in. So we're going to hope for the best. Definitely going to swap these out, because these, compared to this, is just, yeah, this is embarrassing. So we're going to swap these guys out at some point. Probably from Purebred Performance. That's who I bought these wheels from. And these painted pedal shifters are from ModFX. But yeah, we're probably going to swap these out. This is staying. Because, I mean, this is just like a, I'm not really sure what the material is, but that's staying. There's no way this is going to get glossy without putting an actual piece there. And I don't want an actual piece there. This works just fine. So we're going to swap these out eventually. And like I said, probably from Purebred Performance just to match the carbon, because this is just, oh my gosh. Look at the difference. You can see the difference, right? Right. But anyways, I'm going to jump in the back seat to try it. There we go. It gives you a pretty good idea what that looks like. Looks so much better. Feels so much better. So much thicker. I got this. And then this came out a little more orange than I thought anyways. But it is what it is. It'll be close to the Brom seats once winter's over and I put those back in. However, I'm very, very pleased with this. So again, sorry guys, I was hoping I was going to make it a little more detailed, but tripod crap didn't work. We're going to go ahead and turn the car on, make sure everything's good to go, put the battery back on, and then, yeah, we'll say our goodbyes then. But you can stop watching the video at this point if you want. Or the extension cord, that was from my stupidest, but pro tip, if you're like me and you can't keep your trunk open because you're working outside, find a rope, or in my case, a couple shoelaces, stick it onto the emergency release so you don't have to crawl in there. And that way your trunk can just pop open. Nice and easy. Well, there she is. Look how pretty that looks. But again, it just makes me sad. Oh, man. Shout out to Purebred Performance for hooking me up with this thing. I definitely did not think I was going to be doing this anytime soon. So, huge shout out to them. I hope this video helped some of you, even though it wasn't as detailed as I wanted it to be. But see you guys in the next video. In the description I'll put all the tools that were needed for this. But it was basically a screwdriver, the 10mm thing for the steering bolts, breaker bar, ratchets, both, torque wrench, impact driver. If you have that, it'd probably make your life easier. I know what's wrong with mine if it wasn't strong enough, but any of that, just remember, do not try and heat that bolt up. Do not try and heat the Loctite up, because you will melt the plastic and you'll be dumb, like me. So, again, hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you guys in the next video. Bye. So I just wanted to update you guys. This process shouldn't take you longer than an hour max. This took me way longer than it should have, but again, I was stupid with a few things and had issues with the breaker bar, but probably about an hour max between switching everything over and being done.